couple more seconds and then we'll be live. You're live.
Morning, everybody. Blessings. It's wonderful to be here.
Seconds and then we'll be live.
Come up close so I can say hello to everybody. My name's Tana. I live in Laguna Beach, California, and I have been practicing yoga for, 14 years now. And I've studied many different types of yoga over the years, starting with more of a vinyasa background and then transitioning into Bikram. And then unfortunately, not practicing Bikram appropriately, injuring myself, moving into restorative, and eventually finding Hatha as my heart song, if you will. So I teach a Hatha fusion class, which is a modern twist on a traditional practice. And in Hatha yoga, there's quite a bit of focus on the breath itself, as well as the energetic benefit of each posture. So you'll find that it's a little less flowy, a little more structured and broken down, and we go from side to side. So we do one side and then the other side. We don't do a whole flow on one side and then a whole flow on the other. And it's not to say that any practice is better than the other. It's just what I have found that works best for my mind, which is really what yoga is about, is the mind, not the body. But the body is an excellent vessel for us to connect to the mind. We can use our bodies to quiet our minds, or we can use our minds to propel our bodies. So there's this deep connection between the two. And through an asana and pranayama practice, we can start to move energy through our bodies, clear our minds, and harmonize the two. Thanks so much for joining. Again, my name is Tana Renee, and let's get started. All right. So I invite everyone to begin class in a seated position. Sukhasana or easy seat is preferred. But if Sukhasana, easy seat, doesn't feel so easy for you, I invite you to find something else. Maybe it's a reclined position on your back. Maybe we're propped against a wall. Maybe we have a cushion or a block or a blanket underneath our sits bones to give us a little extra height. But what we really want here is a nice tall spine. My teacher says that the spine aligns you with the divine. So as we find that nice tall spine, that pillar of light, consciousness, awareness, and connectivity begins to flow through us, coming in through the crown, down to the tailbone, and then we find that earthy energy, that beautiful Gaia essence in the lower chakras, and we start to pull that grounding energy up from the earth, creating this beautiful kind of cyclical experience, and that's what gives us our chakras. We've got our divine channels of Ida and Pingala. Those channels are what spins the chakras. So our masculine and feminine essence coming from divine consciousness and Mother Earth give us this physical form and provide us the sensory experience within this world. I talk a lot about energetics and how energy moves through our bodies and helps us to perceive our physical experience. Those of you who are interested in learning more about all that stuff, you can reach out to Justin and he'll give you my contact info. Back to it. Let's find that nice tall spine, allowing the sits bones to root down just like the roots of a tree. So really starting to feel into the energy in the lower chakras, in the lowest portion of the body, allowing for that tailbone to very gently tuck here, finding that point of energetic connection between the body and the earth. So feeling into the sits bones, allowing the hips to relax. Slight engagement of the low belly muscles to help hold up the softest part of the body. And once we find that engagement in the low belly, allowing the energy to softly rise into the heart space, shoulders to relax away from the ears. Continuing that movement up, into the throat, allowing the throat to softly open by reaching through the crown and opening through the chest. So we're not dropping the head back, we're just creating more space in the front of the body. Following that flow of energy all the way up to the crown, up and out of the body, imagining that at the top of the head there's this beautiful lotus flower that's blossoming open, reaching for the sunlight, while the roots also connect us to the earth. And as we envision this lotus flower, this beautiful being that emerged from the dark, murky waters to find and reach and bloom towards light, we find an essence of ourselves. Everything that we see and experience in this world is just a reflection of our own personal struggles, journey, experience. What type of mirrors do you look into? Do you surround yourself with beautiful things, happy thoughts, and conscious people? If you don't, maybe it's time for you to activate a little change within yourself. No matter what, the first step of change and transformation is acknowledgement, awareness, perception. So as we begin to perceive our external world, noticing the types of relationships we have to turn our gaze inward and acknowledge that within ourselves there's something that we're seeking, that we're searching for in others, but have been unable to connect with or cultivate within ourselves. I want you to take a moment to find that little bija, that seed that has made you search outside of yourself. Something that's missing. Maybe we find that the people we reach out to or connect with tend to be egotistical. They like material things. Maybe perhaps this is a reflection of our own lack of confidence. We grew up without a lot of stability or a lot of support. So we reach for things outside of ourselves that make us feel stable or supported. Material items, pretty shiny objects. And there's no shame in this. We shouldn't feel a sense of guilt in being human and having faults. But that's why we're here. We're on this magical journey through darkness and light to eventually allow ourselves to be released from the suffering that is constant pursuit of things outside of ourselves, where it's within us that we find a sense of home. As you feel into your body, feel that you are home. You are beautiful and complete and wonderful as you are. But that there's always room for improvement. And as we move through our practice, finding ways to subtly improve ourselves, one breath, one movement, one pause at a time. Let's all take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Hold the breath at the very top, open up the chest, take the fingertips back behind you, really squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then exhale. Sweep those fingertips forward, tuck the chin. Inhale, bring those fingertips back, open the chest. Exhale, fingertips forward, round through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Once more, keeping those fingertips grounded. Inhale, open up. And exhale, bring it forward. This time we're going to exalt the fingertips. So inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, open the chest by bending the elbows. Inhale, reach. And exhale, open up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This time on the exhale, bring the fingertips all the way down, back behind you. Palms together, interlace the fingers. Big inhale as you press the forward, squeeze chest forward, squeeze the elbows together, back behind you. Lift those knuckles, open the heart. Then exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest. Keep pressing those knuckles down towards the ground. Engage the belly muscles. Reach up through the back of the head, keeping the chin tucked. Take a big inhale into the upper back. On the exhale, slowly begin to roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Feel a deep opening in the left side of the neck. Really press the left ear away from the left shoulder as you gently find some movement here. Being mindful that if you have any neck injuries, that maybe movement isn't right for you. Maybe stillness is what you need, building a little bit of strength in the neck. Move into the face, move the tongue, the jaw. Maybe even moving the left shoulder, noticing the connection points between the shoulder and the neck. Maintaining those nice deep breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly bring the head to center. And to neutralize the spine, we'll turn the head side to side, nice and slow. Gaze back to center, reach through the crown, big inhale, draw those knuckles down. Exhale, tucking the chin. Hold here, inhale into the upper back. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Slowly finding movement here. Exploring the muscles on the right side of the neck, the right shoulder, the jaw, the face. Breathing it out. Beautiful. Let's slowly bring it back. Bring the hands to the knees. Turn the head side to side, nice and slow. Beautiful. Let's switch the crossing of the legs. So if one leg was on top of the other or in front of the other, let's switch it up. Tall spine, reach to the crown, root through the tailbone. Inhale, both arms come up and overhead. Hold here. Feel into the root. Come down into those sits bones. Pull the belly muscles in. Reach through the fingertips and then plug those shoulders into the socket so that we're not pinching the ears. Take a big inhale here. On the exhale, find a twist over to the right. Bring the fingertips down. Right hand can come behind the body. Left hand can come to the right leg. Pull the belly muscles in, look over that right shoulder and take some deep breaths into the upper chest. Inhale, slowly unwind. Reach those arms up. Exhale, find your twist to the left. Draw those belly muscles in. Go over the left shoulder. Keep the chest open. Reach through the crown of the head. And now slowly come back to center. Sweep those arms up. On the exhale, open up the chest, but this time we're going to bring the fingertips to the back of the head. Elbows reach out to the sides of the room. Big inhale, press the chest forward. Reach those elbow points back. Drop the head back and catch it with the fingertips. Hold for 3 breaths. Bring the head back to center. Keep the left fingertips on the back of the head. Drop the right fingertips down. Fingertips come to the floor. Begin to walk them away from the body. Press into that hand as you bend into the right elbow. Bring the left elbow up and over, finding a side body stretch. You may come all the way down onto the elbow here, but if your left hip bone starts to lift off the ground, press into the hand until you can find contact with the hip again. Now draw the elbow open. Look up towards the ceiling if this is okay for your neck. If not, you can still look downward, but peel the chest open. Big deep breaths into that left side body. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up. Bring that right hand back to the back of the head. Big inhale, draw those elbows back. Exhale, bring the elbows forward. Tuck the chin. Hands to the back of the head here. Instead of pulling the head down, think about pulling the back of the head forward. Pull the belly muscles in and then bring the crown of the head slightly down towards the ground. You should feel a big stretch in the back line here. The head is not going to come all the way to the ground. Start to resist this pulling sensation in the hands by pressing the head into those fingers for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring the body up, draw those elbows back. Exhale, left hand comes down, right fingertips stay at the back of the head. Bend into that left elbow as you slowly come up and over to the left side. Right side body opens up. Start to draw the elbow back. Look up towards the ceiling and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, slowly come up. Let's reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale, open up the chest and bring the fingertips all the way down. From here, we'll extend the legs forward. Gently rock in the hips for a moment, then bring the hands down by the sides or back behind you. Move into the feet, the ankles, the toes. Give those hips a little bit of a shake. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the arms forward and hold. Keep the toes flexed towards the face. Breathe into the upper chest. Good, and then notice that the shoulders are shrugged up. Squeeze those shoulders down and back, and then slowly bring the body back. We're gonna come about halfway down. The heels may float a little bit. Keep those legs engaged. Keep the chest forward. Focus on engaging the quads and the belly. Good, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. Bend into the right knee. Take it outside of the left leg. So right foot is outside of your left thigh. Pull the knee in towards the chest and then use the left arm to squeeze that knee in nice and tight. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Right fingertips come down. Bring your weight back a tiny bit. Reach through the crown and really squeeze that right knee up. You should feel a stretch in the outer hip. 3, 2, 1. Bring the hand back to the knee. Allow the right knee to begin to drop down towards the ground. Right ankle can stay on top of left thigh, or bring the right foot inside the left thigh. Sit up tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. On the exhale, lead with the heart. So try not to bring the forehead down. We're going to keep the spine flat. We're going to be a little tight. This is the beginning of practice. It's the early morning. So just reach for the calf or the shin. You don't have to reach for the toes. Try to keep that chest forward, the spine straight. Make this about the hamstrings rather than about the low back. 3, 2, and 1. As you're ready, maybe dropping the head when you come out, finding that stretch, move up the spine, and then slowly coming all the way back up. Extend that right leg forward. Tall spine, shake out the legs. Beautiful. Let's step the left foot outside of the right quad now. Right arm captures that left knee. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Find a tall spine here. You should be able to pull yourself very upright here. Big inhale, reach the left fingertips up. And then exhale, begin to bring that left hand down. Look over the left shoulder. Pull the left knee in towards the chest. Feel a stretch in the outside of the left hip. Deep breaths here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming out. Bringing the left ankle to the right thigh or left foot inside of the right thigh. Really just depends on how your knee feels. Be kind to your body. Nice inhale. Reach the fingertips up. Find that core engagement. Look at the toes. Spread those toes wide. Flex those right toes towards the face. And then slowly begin to come down, chest towards foot. Once you can't go any further down, bring the fingertips down. Take a big inhale. Breathe into the hamstring here. Keep that chest forward. Keep those toes flexed towards the face. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly come up. Extend the left leg forward. Give the legs a shake. From here, we're going to make our way to tabletop. So you can either cross the legs, roll over the fronts of the shins, or you can just bend the knees, sweep the legs to one side, and make your way to tabletop. Take a moment to maybe place a blanket underneath the knees, especially if you have a hard floor. And then just move into the hips. Starting with maybe side to side movements. Maybe press the hips back. Maybe finding a child's pose. Maybe finding a little bit of a cow pose. Just taking a moment to move into the hips and spine. Noticing any tension or soreness or discomfort. And then once we feel ready to move, we'll bring those wrists under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take an inhale as the belly drops. Look forward for cow pose. Start from the belly button. Pull it up and in. Tuck the chin. Round through the spine for cat. Press into the hands and the tops of the feet. Fully empty that breath out. Inhale, find your cow. Press into the earth, open the heart, reach through the tailbone, open the throat. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale for a neutral spine. Exhale to engage the core. Draw that navel in, and then inhale, extend the right leg back. Hold. Notice that you're going to want to shift your weight over to one side. Start to press into the top of the left foot, and you'll find that this helps to equalize the weight in the wrists. Beautiful. As you're ready, slowly rotate in the right hip, bringing that knee into a circular movement. Make it slow and allow the spine to move. So you'll notice that if you don't move your spine, sometimes you'll get like a popping sensation in the hip. So allow for that spine to move as you circle the hip out. Go both ways. Even this should be challenging to have strength and mobility at the same time. Good, bring that right knee down. Extend the left leg back, big inhale. Press into the top of the right foot. Start to circle through that left hip. Slowly moving the other way. Beautiful. Bring the knee down. Then we'll inhale, slowly rise to the knees. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, open up the chest. Bring the knuckles back behind you. Palms together. Interlace the fingertips. Big inhale as you squeeze the elbows towards one another. Open the chest. Hips can press forward here, but make this much more about the chest opening than anything else. Pull the belly button in. Squeeze the glutes. 3, 2, 1. Release the knuckles. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And we're going to find one continuous movement. Hands come down, tuck the toes, inhale, hips up and back for downward dog. Let's take 3 lion's breaths here. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Stick the tongue out. Twice more. Last one. Beautiful. Now let's focus on our alignment here for a minute. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Ground down into the knuckle portion of the hand as well as the L-shaped portion of the hand. So thumb and forefinger. Really press into that thumb and forefinger and the knuckle joints rather than the wrists. So bring that weight slightly forward in the hands. Fingers are spread really wide. Sink those heels, but bend the knees a tiny bit to sink the chest towards the thighs. You'll feel that activate the hamstrings. Big inhale. Big exhale. Bend into the right knee and press that left heel down for 3 breaths. 3. 2. 1. Slowly switch. Bring that right heel down, bend into the left knee. Strong arms here. Press into those knuckles. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. We'll come back to our down dog. Slowly shift into Virasana, hero's pose. Bring those knees down. Option for a block here. Sit the hips back onto the heels here. So if you'd like, you can place a block underneath the sit bones between the feet. That's going to give you a little extra height and bring some pressure off of the knees. If Virasana, hero's pose, doesn't work for you, you can stand on your knees or you can find a more comfortable seated position. We're going to practice Kapalbhati, breath of fire. Very important for a morning practice as it stokes your Agni, which is your digestive fire. It's not just for digestion of food, but for experiences. Any prana that comes into the body has to move through this space. So let's find our diaphragm. We'll practice that by placing our hands on our bellies and allowing the belly to kind of push forward on an inhale. Allow that belly to come out. On the exhale, you're going to snap the belly in. So really actively pulling that belly button in. Try that once again. Inhale, push the belly forward. Actively snap it in. Now we're exhaling through the nose one more time. Inhale into the belly. Exhale through the nose, hard snap. Good. Now our Kapalbhati is just like that, but it's going to be a lot more repetitive. It can get kind of yucky with what comes out of the nose, but that's part of getting rid of mala. And that's part of the prana Agni Mala model. Prana comes in, Agni burns away the bad stuff, Mala releases it. So hands to the thighs. If you don't want to practice Kapalbhati, come into a different breath, maybe Ujjayi breath. Let's begin. Three, two, one. Big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Find a child's pose. Widen out the knees, toes together, drop the forehead. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Big inhale into the nose. Big exhale. 2 more. Flooding the body with prana. Last one. Inhale, shift forward. Find plank pose, tucking the toes. Wrists under shoulders. Spread those fingers wide. Press into the knuckle portion of the hand and grip with the fingertips. Feet are together. Press those heels back. Look between the hands and notice if the back is coming up a lot. Drop the hips in alignment with the shoulders. Press through the upper chest here. Notice if the shoulders are sinking. If your chest is in alignment with your shoulder heads, push the earth away. Rise through the back of the heart. Hold for 5, 4, 3, breathe. Don't forget your breath. 2, 1. We're going to hold this here. You can always come onto the forearms. Lift the right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right foot. Hold, big breath. Inhale, lift the left foot. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left foot, lower the knees. Inhale, find cow pose. Exhale, find cat. Tabletop position, big inhale. Exhale to engage the core. Draw the navel in. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Good. Slowly circle through the right shoulder, opening up the shoulder head. Always an option to bring the fingertips to the shoulder rather than having the arm extended. Rotating both directions, engaging the left oblique. So feel a contraction in the left side body. Big inhale, reach the right fingertips up. Exhale, sweep the right arm underneath the body. Come onto the right shoulder for threaded needle. Left arm comes behind the back. Sink the chest. And breathe into the outside of the shoulder here. Big deep breaths. Last breath here. Bring the left hand down to the ground. Press into that left hand. Sweep the right arm up. Again, finding some soft rotation. Bring that right hand down. Inhale, drop the belly, cow pose. Exhale for cat. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, engage the core. Press into the feet. Lift the left arm up on an inhale. Slowly rotate through the left side. Engage the right side body here. So feel a strength between the right hip and the right ribs. Making sure you move both directions with those circles. Find a big inhale as you reach that left arm up. Exhale, thread your needle. Come down onto the left ear, left shoulder. Try to keep the hips over the knees. Maybe bring that right arm behind the back if that's what you did so on the other side. Sink the chest into the arm and breathe. Bring the right hand back down. Sweep the left arm up. Gently rotating through that left shoulder. Bring the hand down, find one cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round. Bottom of that exhale, hold. Find your breath retention. Slowly transition to down dog, holding that breath out. Then inhale at the top. Lion's breath. Inhale up onto the toes. Look at the hands. Exhale, bend the knees. Press all the air out of the body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Find the bottom of that breath and hold. And then walk the feet forward at the bottom of that breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Hold your half lift here. Bring your weight into your toes, little bend in the knees, reach through the crown of the head. Bring your arms out to a T. Good. Think of cobra pose in the upper back here. So lift the chest. Good. Reach through the crown. Little bend in the knees, weight towards the toes. Big inhale. Exhale for fold. Good. Let's reach for the backs of the calves here. Option to widen the stance if you want a wide-legged forward fold. Start to bring the chin towards the chest, crown of the head down, pull the belly in, and try to pull the crown of the head towards the earth rather than towards the shin. So create an elongation in the spine. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees on an inhale, drop the hips, reach the arms forward. Find a low chair here. Keep reaching those fingertips forward as you bring your weight back into the heels. Feet should be together. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And then on the next inhale, press into the feet and rise all the way up. Exhale to open the heart. Then inhale, we'll find Tadasana. Hands by the sides, palms facing forward. Close your eyes for 3 breaths. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Palms come together, interlace all of the fingers except the pointer fingers. Steeple grip. Bring the feet together, squeeze the inner thighs together, squeeze the glutes in. Now tuck the tailbone and reach for the crown of the head. Imagine you're one tiny thread being pulled from end to end. Very taut, very firm. And then as you take an inhale,
Reach up through those fingertips. Exhale, begin to press the fingertips to the right and the hips to the left. Good, tuck your tailbone, pull your belly in. Don't let the back sway here. Hold for 3. Breathe into the left side body. 2. 1. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring it over to the left. Fingertips point left, hips go right. Squeeze those legs together, tuck the tailbone, hold and breathe for 3. 2. 1, bring it up. Exhale, drop the hands by the sides. Good. We're going to do something called the Yogi Shakedown. It's not a traditional yoga pose, but it's something that's been taught by many teachers all over the world. It's a very simple and jovial exercise. So what we'll do is we'll start by shaking our hands. We want to shake out all the tension, all that mala, all that negative prana that gets stuck in our body. Sometimes it's in the weirdest places and we don't access those places. So start shaking the arms, shaking the hands, and start shaking the feet. Shake out the legs. This is the best part about doing yoga at home. You don't have to worry about how stupid you look. Shake it out. Start moving. And then now the whole body starts to shake. Shake the head. Move around, dance around in a circle. Whatever it feels good. Shake it out for 5. 4. Shake it harder. Jump up and down. 3. 2. Shake, 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 shake. 1, find stillness, palms face forward. Take a deep breath. Keep the eyes closed. Feel the tingling sensation. All of your cells vibrating at a little bit of a higher rate. Clear of the stagnant and heavy energy that gets trapped in places that we simply cannot reach at times. Big breath. Beautiful. Find the top of our mats. Begin to ground down through the left foot. Start to reach the right knee up towards the chest, finding one-legged Tadasana. Hold here. Find a dristi, a focal point, something that's not moving. It's about 3 or 4 feet in front of you. Maintain the gaze on that object. And then as you're ready, bring your hands to your heart. Little bend in that base knee. Feeling into all of the edges of the foot. Pull the belly in. Reach through the crown. Engage the left glute. On the inhale, start to sink the chest. We're going to transition into Warrior 3 very slowly. Slowly bringing the chest down. Reaching the leg back. If Warrior 3 is not in your practice, stay in your one-legged Tadasana. Work on your balance. Try to level the chest with the earth. Reach through the crown, reach through the heel, and then try to keep the hips level. If you need to come off your mat, that's going to help with your balance quite a bit. Reach up and out of that left hip. So try not to sink into the hip instead of strengthen. You want to strengthen that hip, not sink into it. So come up and out of that leg. Keep reaching through the heel. Maybe we even take our arms out to a T. Big cobra in the chest. Good. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly we'll come back to our one-legged Tadasana. Hands at prayer. Hold. And release. Find your Tadasana, shake out that left leg. Notice the heart rate spiking. Take deep breaths. Anything that comes up, breathe it away. Let's ground down through the right foot. Start to float the left leg up towards the chest. Parallel the thigh to the ground. Feel into that right foot, spread the toes wide, and use all of the edges of that foot to find stability. Now find your dristi, your focal point. Steady your breath. Hands to the heart. Hold here. You can stay here if Warrior 3 is not in your practice or if your body doesn't feel warm enough or whatever's going on. We don't want to hold attachments to certain poses. And as you're ready, maybe we begin to transition to that Warrior 3. Slow and controlled. It's a lot harder to come into a position slowly and mindfully than it is to just flow right into it. Hold here. Little tuck of the chin, reaching through the crown, sinking of the heart. Level those hips out. Little bend in that base knee. Maybe we take the arms out to a T. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little bend in that right knee. With control, floating the left knee up. Hands to heart, hold. And release. Shake out that right leg. Find your Tadasana, stand up tall. And big exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let the hands step the feet back, plank pose. Big breath here. As slowly as possible, we're going to come through Shavasana all the way onto the belly. So shift the weight forward, not Shavasana, sorry, Chaturanga. Not yet. Inhale, bring the weight forward. Keep those thighs engaged as you slowly come down. Elbows stay in towards the ribs. Slow, slow, slow. All the way down. Good. Untuck the toes. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. Tuck the chin. No weight in the hands. Maybe float the hands. Maybe come into locust. Challenge yourself. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press into the toenails. Tuck the chin. Reach through the heart for 3, 2, 1. Turn your head to the right. Relax the arms by the sides. Palms face up by the hips. Disengage everything. Deep breaths here. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Send the hips up and back for downward dog. Inhale, reach that right leg up and back. Reach for that right heel. Sink the left heel. Press the chest towards the thigh. Big inhale. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the right elbow and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, transition into pigeon, dropping the right knee behind the right wrist. If pigeon is not in your practice, come into figure 4 on your back. Good. Taking a moment to settle into the hips. Take a big breath at the top. On the exhale, maybe start to sink the heart, either coming onto elbows, maybe a block under the forehead, or maybe we melt all the way down. Five. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring the hands back beneath the shoulders. Scoot the left toes up until you can get those toes underneath the heel. Press into the hands, lift the knee, lift the chest. Big inhale, send the right leg up and back. Circle through that hip. Option to stack the hips or flip your dog, bringing the right knee up and over. Stacking the right hip on top of the left, maybe looking under the left arm, trying to see that right foot. Slowly come back down. Take a big inhale. Exhale for lion's breath. Inhale, left leg comes up and back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, shift the body forward. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set up for pigeon. Left knee towards left wrist. Walk the right toes back. Sink into the hip. Pause here for a moment. Give your hips a moment to settle into a new shape. And then as the hips feel ready and you've kind of settled here, take a big inhale. Exhale into melt. Slowly come up. Hands meet the shoulders. Scoot those right toes up until you can get the right toes under the right ankle. Bring the left leg up and back. Big inhale. Circling through the hip, maybe stacking the hips, left on right. Reaching that left foot over to the right side, looking under the right arm. Maybe flipping the dog. And slowly coming back to your downward facing. We'll take one little baby vinyasa here. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale through chaturanga to up dog or cobra. Beautiful. From here, rather than coming into downward dog, we're going to come onto our hands and knees into cat. Inhale for cow. And from here, we'll either cross at the ankles and send the legs forward or drop onto one hip, finding our way to a seat. Legs come forward towards the top of the mat. Scoot forward so that as you lay back, you're still on the mat. Big inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. On the exhale, bring those fingertips forward as you bring the back body down towards the ground. We're going to come down one vertebrae at a time. Keep reaching towards those toes. Try to resist gravity. Fight, hold, and then slowly melt. Big inhale once you reach the ground, stretch long and tall. And exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Maybe gently rocking side to side here. Bring the hands to the knees and circle out the hips. Bring both hands to the right knee. Extend the left leg long, all the way down to the ground. Draw that right knee in nice and tight towards the right shoulder. Then hold on to the right knee with the left hand. Extend the right arm out to a T. Slowly draw the right knee across the body, finding a twist. Look over the right shoulder. Make sure that right shoulder stays down. You don't want the right shoulder to lift. If it starts to lift, bring that shoulder down and come a little bit out of the twist. Really reach through the fingertips on that right hand. Look over that right shoulder. Feel an opening through the chest as you feel a nice deep twist through the low body. Maybe even an opening in the outer right hip. 3, 2, 1. Head comes back to center. Bring that right knee in. Left knee comes to follow. One full breath in Apanasana. Keep that left knee in. Extend the right leg long. Slowly lower the right leg down to the ground. Right hand to left knee. Drop the left arm out to a T. Big inhale. Then exhale, twist. Left shoulder stays down. Look over the left fingertips. Sink that left shoulder down and also kind of reach it up as you reach the left hip forward, getting a deeper twist and then fully relaxing into the shape. Nice deep breaths here. Slowly bring the head to center, knee to center. Right knee joins left, squeeze everything in. Bring the forehead towards the knees. Take a deep breath into the back body. Then as you exhale, squeeze everything in towards the midline. Pull everything in towards that center space. And if you'd like, set an intention or a prayer or a thought into this little ball of energy. And as you inhale and release for your final Shavasana, you release that intention or that prayer to go forth into the world. Bringing the body down to the earth. Extending the legs long. Arms by the sides. Palms facing up. Take a deep breath to settle in. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the shoulders, and release. Keeping your eyes closed. Allow the breath to become very soft. The mind quiet and the body still. Those of you who have the time to dedicate to yourselves today, I invite you to stay for Yoga Nidra following this class. For those of you who must go onward with your day, we're unfortunately taking a short Shavasana today, but better than nothing. Slowly coming out of your Shavasana by inviting movement into fingertips and toes. Or choosing to stay in your Shavasana, perhaps joining Yoga Nidra next. Choosing to sit or lie down for our closing intentions. Taking a deep breath into whatever space feels that it needs it most.
As we reflect upon our lives, our relationships, and the moments we've curated, do we perhaps see something in ourselves that we can improve? The answer is yes. It is always yes, or we would no longer be here. For our journey is towards enlightenment, lightening the spirit, releasing ourselves from heavy attachments and patterns that weigh us down and block our progression. As we move forward through our day, I invite you to find little bits and pieces about yourself that you feel that you could let go of. Finding a lighter sense of being, leaving behind pieces that no longer serve. We'll bring our hands to prayer and bow our heads in loving gratitude. Thank you so much for joining me today. A special thank you to Justin and all of our sponsors for making this possible. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining today, guys. Much love. My name's Tana Renee. Feel free to reach out to Justin if you want to get my contact info, and hopefully you can stay for Yoga Nidra. Have a beautiful day, you guys.